So this is a Tarte product. I like Tarte. If you watch my videos, I tend to lean towards this product line. It's a nice all-natural line. And this is specifically this little deluxe primer trio. And this was only $9, so it was a really nice deal to kind of try it out. This specifically is the Clean Slate line. And what they did is they kind of revamped these two products, and then they added this eye primer. This is a little bit about each product and kind of, what's about them. The big thing is there's this Clean Slate Poreless versus the Clean Slate Flawless. So the Clean Slate Poreless is pore refining, waterproof, line filling, 12-hour perfecting primer. And the Clean Slate Flawless is this 12-hour brightening primer, silicone-free, waterproof brightening. And then of course this eye one, this is this creaseless Clean Slate, so this is for your eyes and eye primer. So I've actually had this for a little bit, and then I quickly put it back in the packaging because I actually ended up buying this at Ulta. And I saw it at the little, when you check out of Ulta, it has those what do they call it, last minute grab section. It was in there. So it's a really small kind of packaging. It's not big, it's not really noticeable, and it just happened to be in that section that I saw it. So I went to pick it up. Anyways, I have used each product though for once to actually tell you a little bit about it. And I think of all of them, I will actually purchase this one in a full size. Now this is going to last me a long time, so when I'm going to have to do that will be for a while. But this is the Clean Slate 360 degree creaseless 12-hour smoothing eye primer. I really like this eye primer because it's Tarte, it's those all-natural products. I really like, or I really don't mind really, having it on my eyes and around my eyes so close. And it has this kind of, it was surprisingly this kind of liquid formula. When I think of eye primers, I think of the NARS one is more it comes in that tube, and when I see people talk about the Urban Decay one, it's, more of a cream. This one actually has a pretty liquidy formula, but it goes on really smooth, very non-irritating. And what I really liked about it is because this really held my eyeliner perfectly without it budging. And I have monolid eyes again, so it kind of creeps, underneath my eyes. And especially underneath my eye, on the bottom lower lid, I put it around there because that's where it usually smudges for me. And it didn't budge all night. I wore it to go, I put it on to go out, and it lasted from, I think I started putting on makeup 9 o'clock to 3 a.m. So it lasted a really long time, and the big thing was my lower lash line, kind of lower eyelid, bottom eyelid, it didn't smudge the eyeliner that was there, and that was amazing for me because usually it always smudges down there. So I definitely like this, and I definitely think that this works. And again, I really like that it's by Tarte, which is more of an all-natural line. So I don't mind kind of using it around my eyes like that. Now these other two products, I honestly cannot tell you if there's a giant difference between these two, because once you put on the same makeup, it kind of ends up looking the same. But I know where they're going with it. With the poreless one, if you have large pores, or maybe if you're more on the oily side, then you probably want to use this one. Versus if you don't have large pores, or maybe you're more on the older spectrum, or have more of a dullness issue, then you would want to use the brightening. But really, I don't know, once you put on your makeup, there's not a huge difference with these two. So I'm gonna start off with this one is the Clean Slate Poreless one. So it's the purple packaging. And this is what it looks like. And this one is that's that silicone kind of primer. Can you see that, how it's that clear gel stuff? And it's kind of it's just that's that silicone primer stuff, Boscia makes a skin primer, and it's kind of the same idea. Smashbox makes a primer that has silicone in it. So what it does is it kind of helps fill in the lines and the pores and everything, so you get a really nice, smooth, even finish. Okay, so I think that is really nice, especially if you like my nose and everything. Really nice and smooth. But it's not my favorite primer. It just, I don't know, I probably haven't used it enough, but it wasn't a wow product for me, so I don't know if I'll buy the full size of it. This one then is the other one. This is the Clean Slate Flawless. So this one is the brightening one, and this one's in the brown tube. But I just want to put them side by side to kind of show you. So this one is silicone free. So this one is actually more like a cream kind of texture, really more like a milky serum because it's very light. It's not really a cream. Okay, so this one goes on really nice and smooth like this. Both give you a really matte finish. You can't tell a difference between either of them on the back of my hand. You know the back of my hand's not always maybe the best example, but the thing that I think the big difference is the feel of them. And so the poreless one is silicone based, so I don't know what it is, but I feel like the silicone ones feel a little bit heavier. They do a really nice job of smoothing out everything and making everything look flawless, but I think I personally don't love silicone-based ones because I think they feel a little bit heavy to me. I prefer the Clean Slate brightening one, the flawless one, because it is silicone-free, so it's more of that very milky serum light texture. Both of them are actually really light, but there's something about the silicone-based ones that I think all of them, regardless of who they're by, to me feel a little bit heavier than the non-silicone based ones. So really that's the only difference between the two, but both make your makeup stay really nice. Both gave me a really nice matte finish. So once you start putting makeup on, I really don't think there's a big difference between the two. So at the end of the day, I prefer the flawless one because it's silicone free. But I think both of them are excellent products, and what I would really do is just, like me, I would get this little sample trio, and it's only $9, and then you can kind of see which one you like. And I really don't use makeup primers very often. I don't use them every day. I just use them if I have a special occasion, or if I'm going out at night, or if I know I'm gonna really need my makeup to not budge for a long time. So I don't use these every day because I kind of don't care if my makeup budges a little bit. It's one less step in the morning, and that's what I care about more. But I really do like this one, the eye one. So I will repurchase this in a larger size once this runs out. But again, this will last a while. I think it did a really great job of keeping my eyeliner in place, especially because I'm monolid and especially on my lower lash line. And then because it's all natural, I don't mind going ahead and rubbing it really close to the eyeball like that. I think of these two, I prefer the flawless version because it's the silicone free, but either way, I don't know if I'm going to purchase the larger version of these because I really don't wear makeup primers that often, that these two alone will last me a while. So just something, my thoughts on these three products. But I was definitely interested in trying them because I love Tarte stuff, and I think, you know, it's a really great line. So I think, like I said, my best suggestion would be to just pick it up and then try them and see what you think.